Right, so you know what's so funny is when I was using, I really believed it was going to be like that for the rest of my life. I came to terms with the fact that I was probably going to spend the rest of my life in prison. And it dawns on me now that acceptance is the key to all of this, man. If I'm not willing to accept that the outcome's always going to be the same thing it's always been, then I'm probably going to always be loaded. Because if I don't do different things that I used to do, if I don't change the way I used to live, and the people I associate with, and the places I go, my life was going to be the same. There was no doubt about it. I believe, like my camera girl said, she said, acceptance is the key to this thing, man. You got to change everything you're doing, and she's right. I can't associate with the old people that I used to associate with. As a matter of fact, I haven't, and I've been sober a really long time. And trust me, I'm telling you, I did drugs, alcohol, barbiturate pills, you name it, I did it for over 30 years, and incarcerated for better over 20. So I've spent half my life either doing drugs or locked up over drugs. My life has been a complete mess. And then one day I decided, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to tell you that acceptance came quick. It was like, oh, it just happened one day I was sober. It didn't work like that. Acceptance took a minute. But the time when it finally did, I realized that I didn't want to be in prison for the rest of my life. It would be really nice if I could show up for my kids. I'm going to say this real quick. None of you don't aspire not to show up for your children. And none of you aspire to break your parents' hearts or do things that are going to put you in solitary confinement or incarceration. None of us are raised. I don't believe that any of us grow up to be aspiring drug addicts and people that are willing to spend the rest of their life in prison. I never wanted to be there in the first place, but I'll tell you, it saved my life. I got home this last time and it changed everything. I got lucky and I got sober. And I don't think it was so much lucky as I accepted my situation. I can't do drugs without going to jail. I can't, period. So if you get in any kind of self-acceptance like I am, and you have a consistency to recovery the same way you did when you were using, I promise you that will keep you sober. There is a blueprint on how to get sober and stay sober without putting yourself in treatment centers, being locked away, but you got to start somewhere, man. And if you're willing to do that, then I want to help. Feel free to get hold of me in the comments. Let's chat, man. Let's talk about what we need to do. But I'm telling you, recovery is around the corner. It just takes a little bit of perseverance, dedication, and faith that you've never had before on your end. You can do this, brother. I'm telling you, you can.